This is Smallzy Surgery.
Everybody make some noise tonight.
What's up? It's Rita Ora in Smallzy Surgery on Nova.
Let's do it. Beautiful Rita Ora. Look at you. I mean, I don't want to talk about your appearance because you are so much more than what you physically look like. But damn.
Well, you haven't aged a day.
Neither of you, number
Thank
one.
you.
But this get-up, this outfit, she's always stunning. She's always serving.
A bit of colour. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Australia.
Thanks for having me. Honestly, I'm home. I'm happy to be back.
Do you enjoy it here? I was going to say because it's winter and traditionally not like the time that anyone would come to Australia if you're working, but then outside today is a glorious winter's day.
Yeah.
This is as bad as it gets, really.
I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, it's so cold. And I'm like, you guys, what are you complaining about? I look out the window and the sun is shining. In the UK, like, it's grey.
This is a summer's day in the UK.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I love it. I love being here.
Well, you're back for The Voice. I don't know, how much have you filmed? How much have you done? What can you tell me? Are there good people, bad people? Did you not turn your chair at all?
No, I mean, there were some times it didn't turn, like every season. But yeah, it's amazing. It's the best season yet, no joke. I know I say that every year, but this is really special. I've got some really crazy artists this time.
Do you ever have to watch your poker face? I've always never known how you handle this when someone is just not good and you just don't want to be come across as judgy where you're like, oh, no.
You know what's interesting?
I'm with them, I'm feeling them, but I'm just not enjoying it.
It's not like every other show, you know. I think the difference with The Voice is there's so many phases before you get to us.
Okay.
So there's some sort of talent before you even reach us, to be honest. So I'm not the one that has to just flat out be like,
oh no, you're bad.
because I don't know if I would do. I mean, I've done shows like that. You know,
Yeah.
I've been a part of the X Factor and other shows like that, and so I don't know. With this one, it just feels different. It's a different format.
Let's talk about your new music. Congratulations on everything. The new song pops off. Love the hell out of it.
Praising you, yes, out now.
It is out now. Obviously, I grew up on the original. So many of us did. How did you and Fatboy Slim or Norman end up working together? Who came to who with the idea? What does it look like? Tell me all about it.
First of all, Praise You is such an anthem, I think, obviously for us, but for the newbies that don't know it, it was just such a cultural moment in the 90s, me growing up and in the UK and the club scene, and it was the first kind of the club scene is what I felt like why I wanted to do music. I was just sweating, not caring, and I loved it. And so then I just wanted to bring that back. And with Fatboy Slim, I knew that song was really special to him. And, you know, I wrote this version and I just said, listen, I've got a version. And I kind of harassed him at Glastonbury, and I actually went and I enjoyed his set. And then afterwards I was like, hey, I'd love to work with you. It's also 3 a.m. and then here we are. But it took a bit of a journey, and I'm happy he finally believed and
You know
committed.
what's sickening out of that is that you just said there's people who didn't who don't know the original. This is crazy that this version now will be their first introduction to that song.
I know.
That makes me feel so old.
Yeah, but I think that's what's exciting. It's there's songs that I'm like, oh, that's a sample, and then they go and learn, and it's really cool to kind of discover. That's what's really nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find people doing that with, obviously you know, a career artist now? You've been around for a quite a long time.
And then my walking stick's right behind me.
Yeah, and when I was going to say, and the wheelchair is there as well, and you've never looked better, by the way.
Thank
You've
you.
never looked
I
better.
honestly think in my 30s, I feel like I look the best I've ever looked, in my opinion, because I like how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find people who find you now that are younger discover old music of yours and they come at you with maybe I don't know, Hot in Here reference or something like that, and everyone is just like, oh, and you're like, you didn't know that was me? Or
Yeah.
that,
No,
you know.
I get that.
Yeah.
I do. There's so many people that are like, oh, Anywhere, that's you. That is such a good song. I'm like, yeah, I also am in the video and singing it live and have promoted it for the past literally 10 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. It's again, getting new fans. I'm all for it. It's discover me as much as you want.
Where do you spend most of your days now? Because obviously I follow you on Instagram and I see you gallivanting around the world and
Sydney, I've just got a cup of coffee walking around town.
But I see you everywhere, and I've always wanted to know: are you a no fixed address? Is there somewhere where you go? When I say where are you going home? Do you have a place in your mind that you go, okay, this is home, or is there? you different parts of the year.
I always relate home back to London. I mean, it is my home.
Yeah.
Like, I've got my family there and my house and my things, and
So that's where your things are.
yeah.
Okay, so all of your stuff, like the most personal prized possessions, there in London.
Yes, I won't tell you where.
No, don't. I don't want to. Don't need to know
I
the
know, I'm
address.
joking. But yeah.
But I'm sure there's just sheets covering most of the furniture, right? Like, you're never home.
Yeah, well, I think for me, it's like turned into a storage unit at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all over the place. You know, I'm here for 3 months and then I'm flying back home.
Yeah.
To promote the album.
Yes.
Especially back home in July, because that's the album month. It's July 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to go back home for that and then start touring in Europe, like with the album, and then go to the States and start like that.
Nice. Tell me about the album. Third studio.
Oh yeah, I'm really, really excited, but I'm actually really nervous, you know, because it's the first time I co-wrote everything. It's very personal. It's a different approach, you know. Usually, you know, with my last album, it was like Anywhere, Let You Love Me. It was real pop, sort of like driven music, and this time around, it's about the story. So it's more of a commitment, I would say, when you listen to just kind of get in with the track 1 to track 12 and hear the story.
Okay, there's a story from like start to finish. You're trying to tell a...
Yeah, because I just approached it differently, you know. I really came in with a songwriting approach.
Nice. Do you feel vulnerable doing that? Do you
Yeah.
feel like, oh, how do I maybe not expose too much of myself? Like, I don't know. What is the thought?
I felt vulnerable because I was like, I'm just gonna go all in. Like, I was very inspired by my husband and meeting him and kind of feeling different and not having that feeling before. So I was like writing words in my notepad, and then I moved to it turning into songs, which was just natural. And then I started talking about my friendships and my mum and dad and things that I love and I appreciate. And then also, like, a big one was self-love. Like, there's a lot of self-love on that record.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever suffer from, in like maybe retrospectively, not loving yourself?
Yeah, I mean, of course, who doesn't? Like, if you say...
Oh, I loathe myself daily.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I feel-
if I look like you, I would have nothing to self-loathe at all.
People don't believe it, you know. They're like, you, Rita, how do you feel like that? Like, it's not about how you look, though. You know, it's about how you think. I think that's what's different. Like, I thought differently, and now I'm thinking differently, and I wanted to write that down. And there's a song on there called Girl in the Mirror, which is all about that, which is really emotional.
Oh, wow.
So take a listen to that, yeah.
Girl in the Mirror?
Yeah.
Because I always feel like, and maybe you can relate to this, is like people, we only ever see people's like top of their iceberg, like the top 10% of people see your life from the outside. They don't know the under the ocean 90%. They don't know our inner thoughts, our feelings, and while on the outside, it looks like, hey, I would change places with Rita Ora any day of the week, right? But I don't know what's underneath the surface, right?
I think
like
it's
you just don't know.
You'd never know what someone's going through, and I think Ariana Grande for me is like my favorite pop star, one of, and I just love how she like represents herself and how she is a very opinionated and extremely graceful through it all, and I think that's really an interesting perspective. Like, you should really just accept people and where they're and what they're going through, you know.
Yeah. Nice. Well, hey, on that positivity, I would like to try something. The new song, Praising You. We're just going to end the interview segment with what I'm calling a praise off.
Okay, I love that.
Okay, all right. Where you and I are just going to compliment each other back and forth.
Gosh, can we just do this all the time?
Yeah, no, but but you know what? We can't double up. So if I say, for example, hey, Rita, I like your hair, you can't go, I like your hair, because they'd just be lazy.
But does it only have to be...
No, it could be anything. It could no. It could be like, I like the way
amazing
you make me feel. I don't know.
This is so good to just do to make yourself feel better.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, you ready to do the praise off? Would you like? I'll go first because you're the guest.
First.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your platform shoes. They look like jellies. I don't know what they are, but they look like a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I like the warmness in your eyes.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
very good at interviews. You're really relatable. And
Oh, wow, you're taking this far too seriously, but keep going. This is really nice.
This is the type of friend you need.
Yeah.
You need me.
Yeah.
This is the type of compliments you need. It's not like, oh, I love your top.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go into detail. We need to get in the heart, you know, feel the happiness.
Oh, you know what? Then I like the way that no matter whatever happens in your career, you show up the next time. You are always there fronting up.
That's amazing.
And you know what? And a lot of people don't.
They don't.
A lot of people, if something happens or it doesn't go to plan, they'll be like, okay, next
That
chapter.
is so nice.
And I respect that.
Thank you. It's nice that you see that. You know, resilience is something
That's the word I'm looking for.
I've been raised with. I think it's my parents. They're very hard workers, but also my inspirations are like Jennifer Lopez and all these women, Tina Turner, and the women that have like really just fought for themselves.
Oh, nice. And if you could end with one superficial one on me, that would be nice.
Okay, well, you always look very well rested.
Oh, bless. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it.
You always look fresh and well rested. You do.
Beautiful.
You do.
Thank you. I'll take that. Congratulations on the new song. Welcome back to Australia, and I'm looking forward to hearing the record.
I love you. Thank you for your support religiously. It means the world to me, by the way.
Anytime.
I love you.
Thanks, Rita.
Thank you.
Smallzy Surgery
is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.